Hello, I'm the Anime Viewer 66, and today we're going to be taking a look at the anime Cheer Boys. Even though a more accurate name for the show would be Cheer Men, considering they're all in college, but I suppose there wasn't enough cringe in that name for them, so they went with Cheer Boys. We start off our story with Haru and Kazu, two guys that are in college and are starting a new men's cheer club. Although at the beginning it is a bit of a rocky start, but as they go on and improve more and more, they gain more members to their team and more stuff happens, ultimately ending up into a cheerleading competition. It's your basic sort of standard thing for a sports anime. There are many characters in the show, but we're just going to focus on the main two to start off. Haru is, well, how should I put this, sort of in his sister's shadow. His sister and his entire family are like martial arts, like masters or whatever, and they are really expecting him to do good in the whole athletic thing with judo and stuff. His sister is really good at it, but he is not so good at it, so he ends up quitting and then once again go ahead and starts forming the men's cheer team. How you go from judo to men's cheer team is kind of a weird thing, but hey, they do explain it kind of well that the only time he really felt much happiness was when he was cheering on his sister, so there's that. Then there's Kazu, Haru's best friend and possible yaoi love ship. But in all seriousness, this character has an actual good backstory of why he wants to be a cheerleader. Not gonna ruin it because out of all the things that is in this show, his particular backstory of why he wants to be a cheerleader is actually kind of the sweetest. The animation in this was just kind of okay, which kind of disappointed me. I was expecting something like Yuri on Ice or something like that. Considering that cheerleading leads to a lot of different movements and whatnot, I expected to be sort of blown away by the animation. But they have some kind of cheap cutaway tricks and whatnot to get around having to show the most fluid and beautiful animation like they do in Yuri on Ice and whatnot. Kind of a disappointment, but nothing that was too much of an eyesore, so standard. I'll be thoroughly honest, I didn't really enjoy this show. Not really at all. Don't get me wrong, it had its actual sweet and good moments. It's not a bad anime per se. Like, it's complicated because on a technical aspect, it did everything a sports anime was supposed to do. It had its low points and its high points. It had the points where the characters had to buckle down and get serious and all that sort of sports genre type stuff. So if that's what you're looking for, this should be giving you what you want, but there's mainly two problems with it. One, it's very short, but it feels like it's really long. Like it's 12 episodes, but it was just so boring to sit through sometimes, it felt like it was 25. The second problem being there were so many, and I mean so many cringy, horrible moments in this show. Like, I couldn't sit and watch it for too long because it was just so cringy. A 12 episode anime should take me 2 days at the most to finish. This one took me over 2 weeks. That is not a good sign when there's so much cringe in a show that I can't even sit to watch it for very long. Also, just putting this out there, they managed to do the impossible and actually ruin a Christmas episode. I didn't think that was possible. Like, usually, Christmas episodes of any show is like the warm and fuzzy moment, everyone comes together, sings Kumbaya. It just the traditional things of you expect the Christmas episode to be a happy one. The Christmas episode in this one was not. They managed to actually run it through the ground, and I'm kind of still angry about it. At the end of the day, this show gets 2 stars out of 5. I was thinking about maybe giving it 2.5 or whatever, because of some of the more sweet and touching moments that the show has. But just the overall cringe of them like running the joke of, oh, it's men doing cheerleading, ha ha ha, and all that sort of thing, running that sort of joke into the ground over and over and over again, it was just painful to sit through, and I really wouldn't recommend it to anyone unless you're like a hardcore fan of the whole sport genre thing and you just can't get enough of it. I would suggest skipping it. Until next time, I am the Anime Viewer 66. Thank you, and good night.